Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball games, look ahead to today's games in each sport. I'm going to do my Major League Baseball power rankings since I haven't done them in about a month or so, the latest news and notes, and my best bet for the day. All right, we will start in the NBA, where we will go over a 6-game window of results from yesterday, and we will look ahead to the games being played tonight. Pacers over to Cavs 111-102, Indiana 32-36, Cleveland 21-48. Caitlin Martin actually led them in scoring with 25 points. Colin Sexton had 25-8 for Cleveland. Hawks over to Wizards 125-124, Hawks 38-31, Washington 32-37. Trae Young 36 points and 9 assists. Russell Westbrook 28 points, 13 boards, 21 assists, and is the all-time leader in triple-doubles in NBA history now. And he almost led them to a comeback win. Grizzlies over to Pelicans 115-110. Memphis 35-33. New Orleans 31-38. Dylan Brooks 23 points to lead Memphis. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 18 with 6 assists. Spurs over the Bucks 146-125. The Spurs 33-35. Milwaukee 43-25. DeMar DeRozan had 23. Giannis 28. And best bet was a loser. A big loser. Warriors over the Jazz 119-116. The Warriors 36-33. Utah 50-19. Stephen Curry 36 points for Golden State. Jordan Clarkson 41 for the Jazz. Trailblazers over the Rockets 140-129. Portland 40-29. Houston 16-53. Damian Lillard 34 points to lead Portland, and Kelly Olynyk had 21 for Houston. All right. Now we'll look ahead to the games being played today. There's 11 of them. 7 o'clock, you have the Nuggets against the Hornets. Projections for this game, I have Denver by 15.5, total 223. Meanwhile, FanDuel has this at 5.5 and 217.5. I'm laying the 5.5 at Denver. I'm surprised it's that low. It's not like Hayward's back for them. I know LaMelo's back, but that's low. Timberwolves against the Pistons. I'm at Minnesota 5, total 224. Meanwhile, it's Minnesota 7.5. I have to take Detroit in the points. I can't believe I'm doing this. Detroit's terrible. I hate picking Detroit on the podcast. They're so bad. It's only a 2.5 point edge, too. 7:30 TNT, you have the Heat and the Celtics. So the second time in 3 days where these two teams face off on national TV. My line is Miami by 5, total 220. Meanwhile, it's Miami by 2. I'm going to lay the 2 at Miami. No Jaylen Brown. So give me Miami -2. Clippers Raptors, I'm at Clippers 25, total to 22.5. And it's 11.5. I'm laying the 11.5 with the Clippers. 8 o'clock, the 76ers at the Pacers. I'm at Philly 16.5, total to 26. Meanwhile, it's 6.5. I'm going to lay the 6.5 with Philly. Nets Bulls, I'm at Brooklyn 10, total to 28. Meanwhile, it's Brooklyn 5.5, total to 32.5. Under and Brooklyn are both enticing plays. I'm going to lay with Brooklyn, assuming that Kevin Durant will be on the court. Mavericks Grizzlies, I'm at Dallas 3, total to 23.5. Meanwhile, it's Dallas by 2. No Porzingis tonight. If this is 225.5 or higher, I'm betting the under. And if it is 221.5 or lower, I'll bet the over. 9 o'clock, the Magic against the Bucks. I'm at the Bucks by 27.5, total to 25.5. Meanwhile, it's Bucks by 14. I'm laying it with Milwaukee. Bounce back spot, big time. 10 o'clock, you have the Suns against the Warriors. I'm at the Suns by 10, total to 25. Meanwhile, Phoenix is favored by 5. The total is 229.5. I'm going to lay the 5 with the Suns. Thunder Kings, I'm at Sacramento 8, total 226. Meanwhile, it's 10.5 and 224. I'm going to take the Thunder getting the points. And last but not least, TNT, 10 o'clock tonight. You have the Knicks against the Lakers. Depending on the LeBron James will play or not. If LeBron's there, it's Lakers 6.5. And if LeBron is not there, it's Knicks by 0.5. Total's 214. Meanwhile, it's Lakers 5.5 right now. That tells me that they think LeBron's playing. The Knicks and the Lakers have the same record. People are ignoring that because they look at it as the Lakers have LeBron and AD. They should be so much better than the Knicks. That's the correct perspective, but they've been out most of the season. They have the same record as the Knicks. If LeBron's not there, the New York Knicks should be favored. If LeBron is there, then the Lakers should be 6.5-point favorites. But where things stand right now, LeBron James is questionable. For the sake of LeBron not being there, I'm taking the Knicks in the 5.5 at plus 194 for the show. But if he is there, if the total is 216 or higher, I'm taking the under. And if it's 212 or lower, I'm going to take the over. All right, so there you have it for the NBA tonight. Now we'll move on to the NHL. We will go over the results from a busy window yesterday and look ahead to a 2-game window for tonight. Panthers over the Lightning 4-0. The Panthers finished the season at 37-14-5. Tampa 36-17-3. The number 3 star of the game with the goal, Carter Verhaeghe. The number 2 star of the game with the goal and an assist, Juho Lamiko. And the number 1 star of the game with 30 saves on 30 shots, Chris Drieger, who should be their starting goaltender in the postseason. Flyers over the Devils 4-2. The Flyers were 25-23-8. They finished the year at. And New Jersey finishes at 19-30-7. The number 3 starting game with the goal, James Van Riemsdyk. Number 2 starting game with 2 assists, Claude Giroux. Number 1 starting game with 2 goals, Joel Farabee. Farabee had a fabulous year this year. Oilers over the Canadiens 4-3 in overtime on a game winner by Connor McDavid. Edmonton finishes the regular season at... Or no. They still have 2 games left to play because of the Canucks situation. 34-18-2. And Montreal has 1 more game left. They are 24-21-10. The number 3 started game with a goal and 2 assists for the Canadiens. Artturi Lehkonen, the number 2 star of the game with a goal and assist. Paul Byron, number 1 star of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Jake Evans. Finally, the 3 stars of the game all into Montreal. Meanwhile, the MVP frontrunners wins it in overtime. Bruins over the Islanders 3-2 in OT and a game winner by Taylor Hall. Boston 33-15-7, so they have 1 game left. Islanders finished the regular season 32-17-7. The number 3 started game with the goal and assist, Matt Barzal. Number 2 started game with the goal and assist, Brad Marchand. Number 1 started game with 2 goals, including the overtime winner, Taylor Hall, who really has turned his year around because of the trade. Predators over the Hurricanes 5-0. Nashville 31-23-2 is where they finished the regular season at. Carolina finishes this regular season at 36-12-8. The number 3 started game with a goal and an assist, Tanner Jeannot. The number 2 started game with 2 goals, Matt Duchene. Number 1 started game with 30 saves on 30 shots, Pekka Rinne. Stars over the Blackhawks 5-4 in overtime on a game winner by Jason Robertson. Dallas finishes the year 23-19-14. Chicago finishes the year 24-25-7. The number 3 started game with a goal and assist, Alex DeBrincat. Number 2 started game with 45 saves on 50 shots, Colin Dealia. And the number 1 started game with a goal and assist, Miro Heiskanen. I was mixing in his first name and last name there. Canucks over the Jets 3-1. Canucks 21-26-3. They have a handful of games left to go, at least 6. Winnipeg 28-23-3. And they have 2 games left in the regular season. The number 3 started game with a goal, Bo Horvat. Number 2 started game with 39 saves on 40 shots, Thatcher Demko. And the number 1 started game with 2 goals, Niels Hollinger. Avs over the Golden Knights 2-1. The Avs 37-13-4. They have 2 games left. Vegas 39-14-2. They have they're done for the regular season. Or no, wait. 1 more game left for Vegas. Number 3 started game with 36 saves on 37 shots, Philip Garbauer. Number 2 started game with a goal, Alex Pietrangelo. Number 1 started game with a goal, JT Compher. Blues over the Kings 2-1 in overtime on a game winner by Justin Falk. St. Louis 25-29. They have 2 games left. LA 21-26-7. So they have 2 games left as well. The number 3 started game with an assist, Ryan O'Reilly. Number 2 started game didn't have a point, but just played well, Austin Wagner. And number 1 started the game with the overtime winner, and an assist, Justin Falk. All right, only 2 games tonight. 7 o'clock, you have the Bruins and the Capitals. Playoff preview. These 2 teams are going to be playing each other beginning Saturday night in the postseason. I'm going to do a podcast solo Friday morning or Thursday night with my series predictions for what we know. So it would be the East Division and, in theory, maybe the Central and the West. The North probably won't start for another week. Or maybe it will start because obviously Calgary and Vancouver, the 4 spots are clinched. So the North Division will probably start next week as well. So I'm going to do a solo podcast predicting all the series, and then I'm going to have a guest on next week potentially to talk Stanley Cup playoffs. All right, so Bruins Caps. Caps are minus 116. Bruins are minus 102. Over under 5.5. Over is minus 120. Under is minus 102. Bruins plus 1.5 is minus 285. Caps minus 1.5 is plus 230. I'm going under 5.5 at minus 102. These teams have clinched. I think it's going to be a lot of defense and goaltending. At 8 o'clock, the Canucks and the Jets. The Jets are minus 178. Vancouver's plus 150. Over under 5.5. Over is minus 122. Under is even money. Vancouver plus 1.5 is minus 178. Jets minus 1.5 is plus 150. Tough one. I'm going to go with the under again. Even money. Vancouver playing out the string. Winnipeg still playing for seeding. They don't know if they're going to be playing Edmonton or Toronto yet, because where things stand right now, Winnipeg and Montreal are a point apart. That can flip. Montreal can pass them if Montreal wins and Winnipeg loses their last 2. So that's not a done deal yet, Toronto, Montreal in round 1, although you know everybody and their brother is rooting for that. So I'm going under 5.5, even money. I think Connor Hellebuck plays a good game. Alrighty, now we'll move on to Major League Baseball, as we will go over those games and look ahead to today. Only 6 games last night, or 5, because there's a rain out. Reds over the Pirates 14-1. The Reds 16-16. Pittsburgh 14-20. Tyler Mahle to win 2-1. Mitch Keller to loss 2-4. Eugenio Suarez and Jacob Stallings homered for their respective teams. Mahle 5 1/3 innings, 14 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA of 3. Mitch Keller 3 1/3 innings, 7 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 7.81. Woof. Orioles over the Red Sox 4-1. Baltimore 16-19. Boston 22-14. Tanner Scott to win, he's 2-2. Matt Andrees to loss, he's 1-2. And Cesar Valdez gets his 8th save of the season. Ryan Mountcastle and Trey Mancini homered for Baltimore. No homers for Boston. Jorge Lopez, 5 2/3 innings, 4th in a run, no walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 5.63. Perez, 5 innings, 4th in a run, a walk, 4 strikeouts, ERA 4.01. Astros lose at home against the Angels on national TV by a score of 5-4. LA 16-18, Houston 18-17. Getting the win for Los Angeles was Jose Suarez, he's 1-0. Brendan Bielak, the loss, he's 1-2. And Rafael Iglesias gets his 6th save of the season. Jared Walsh and Justin Upton homered for LA in their comeback. Junior Guerrero was the opener for them. In an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA of 6. And then Suarez came in 4 innings, 5 hits, and a run, 3 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 2.25. Luis Garcia, 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA of 3.6. D-backs over the Marlins 5-2. D-backs 16-19. Miami 15-19. Luke Weaver to win 2-3. Jordan Holloway the loss 1-1, and getting the save was Stefan Crichton. The lone home run in this game came off the back of Jesus Aguilar in the top of the 8th inning for Miami. Weaver, 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA of 5. Holloway, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 1.98. Giants over the Rangers 3-1. The Giants 21-14. Texas 18-19. Alex Wood the win 4-0. Getting dinged with the loss was John King. He is 4-2, and Jake McGee gets his 9th save of the season. Brandon Belt hit the lone home run in this game. Alex Wood 7 innings, 4 hits, and a run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA 1.8. Kyle Gibson 6 innings, 4 hits, and a run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 2.28. Padres Rockies postponed. Makeup date Wednesday. All right. Today's games at 3:45. You have the Rangers and the Giants. Jordan Lyles and Logan Webb. The Giants are minus 162. The Rangers are plus 136. Over under 8. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Rangers plus 1/2 is minus 156. Giants minus 1/2 is plus 130. I'm going over 8 at minus 114. This is very low for 2 mediocre pitchers. Alrighty, next up, 6 o'clock, you have the Cubs against the Indians. So, World Series rematch here at Bert Alzolay against Shane Bieber. The Indians are minus 180. Cubs are plus 150. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Cubs plus 1/2 is minus 154. Indians minus 1/2 is plus 128. Tough one here. The Indians are playing good right now. Riding high. And I'm going to lay them 1.5 with the Indians at plus 128. 6:30, the Reds and the Pirates. Jeff Hoffman and JT Brubaker. Pirates are a minus 120 favorite. The Reds are plus 102. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Reds plus 1/2 is minus 215. Pirates minus 1/2 is plus 176. Is this the Vegas nose game? It might be. I'm taking the over 7.5 at minus 118 to be safe rather than sorry. To bet on the, what the heck? The Reds are a dog, and then they go out and lose to Pittsburgh. 7 o'clock ESPN, you have the Yankees and the Rays. Jordan Montgomery and Luis Patino. The Yankees are minus 134. The Rays are plus 114. Over under 8, minus 110 each way. Yankees minus 1/2 is plus 126. Rays plus 1/2 is minus 152. The Rays have owned the Yankees all year. Again, them as a home dog is fabulous. Give me the Rays plus 114 at home against the New York Yankees. Phillies Nationals. Chase Anderson and Eric Feed. The Nats are minus 134. The Phillies are plus 114. Over under 9. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Phillies plus 1/2 is minus 182. Nats minus 1/2 is plus 150. I'm going with the over 9 at minus 106. Orioles Mets. John Means and Marcus Stroman. The Mets are minus 158. The Orioles are plus 134. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Orioles plus 1/2 is minus 176. Mets minus 1/2 is plus 146. I'm going with Baltimore as a dog here at plus 134. Means has been tremendous. I know the letdown factors in play from the no-no. But Orioles and over would be a nice little parlay. I don't trust Stroman. Although he's been fabulous this year, but he's no Jacob deGrom. So give me the Orioles plus 134 against the Mets. Royals, Tigers, Brady Singer and Matt Boyd. It's supposed to be Casey Mize, but they switched it to Matt Boyd, so we are robbed. The Royals are minus 136. The Tigers are plus 116. Over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Royals minus 1.5 is plus 130. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 156. I'm going to go, tough one. Over 8, minus 105. These two teams know these pitchers well, especially the Royals with Matt Boyd. I think this could be a blow-up for Matt Boyd, so give me over 8 at minus 105. Next up, the A's against the Red Sox from Fenway. Great series. Great series. Chris Bassett and Nady Eovaldi. The Red Sox are minus 134. The A's are plus 114. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 108. Oakland plus 1.5 is minus 184. Boston minus 1.5 is plus 152. I'm going with Oakland as a road dog here, plus 114. They're playing good ball right now. I just don't trust Nady Eovaldi. That's what it comes down to. So give me the A's plus 114 at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. The Blue Jays and the Braves. Robbie Ray, we don't know who's going for Atlanta. The lines aren't up yet, but if the total is anything lower than 8.5, I'm taking the over. 7:30 of the Cardinals and the Brewers. Kwang Hung Kim and Freddie Peralta. The Brewers are minus 132. The Cardinals are plus 112. Over under 7. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Cardinals plus 1.5 is minus 200. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 164. I'm going to go with the Cardinals as the road dog at plus 112. They're playing good baseball right now, so I'm taking the Cardinals. The Angels and the Astros at 8 o'clock. Shohei Ohtani and Lance McCullers Jr. Angels are a plus 136, a road underdog. Astros are minus 162, over under 8.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 154. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 120. I'm going with the Angels as a road dog here. Ohtani's pitched well this year so far. McCullers doesn't deserve to be this big of a favorite, so give me Ohtani and the Angels at plus 136. Twins, White Sox, Kenta Maeda and Dylan Cease. The White Sox are minus 118. Twins even money, over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 176. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 215. So, the Twins are favored on the run line, but the White Sox are favored on the money line. I'm taking over 8 at minus 105 to play it safe. Kenta Maeda has been terrible this year. Dylan Cease has been solid. So, give me over 8 at minus 105. Padres, Rockies. Danielson, Lamet, and Antonio Senzatella, no lines up yet for this game. But if the total is anything 10 or higher, I'm taking the under. 9:30, the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. Pablo Lopez and Madison Bumgarner. The Marlins are even money. The Diamondbacks minus 118. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Miami plus 1.5. Or minus 1.5 is plus 180. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 220. So the same scenario here with the Twins, White Sox. The Marlins favored on the puck line, but an underdog on the money line. Or I'm sorry, the run line, not the puck line. I'm going with the Marlins, even money. Madison Bumgarner has been a little bit better lately since the fake no-hitter, but I'm going with the Marlins. Pablo Lopez has been good this year. And 10 o'clock, the Mariners and the Dodgers. Yusei Kikuchi and Walker Buehler. Dodgers minus 260, Mariners plus 215, over under 7, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Seattle plus 1.5 is plus 105. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 126. The Dodgers have been in free fall mode of late. I'm going with the Mariners, not to win outright, but plus 105 against the Dodgers. Plus 1.5 and plus 105 to keep it somewhat close. Alrighty then. Now I'm going to do my Major League Baseball power rankings, which I haven't done in a long time. I'll go from 3 to 1 and talk about what's been up with every team of late. So without further ado, here we go. Number 30 is the Detroit Tigers. They're the worst team in baseball. On the year, 10-24, minus 68, run differential 2-8 in their last 10. And Akil Baddoo has slowed down after his surreal start. And he's missed some time too. Number 29, the Colorado Rockies. They are 12-22, minus 24 run differential, 3-7 in their last 3, losers of 3 straight. 28 is the Pittsburgh Pirates, 14-20 on the year, minus 43 run differential, 2-8 in their last 10. 27 is the Minnesota Twins. Amazing how far they've fallen. 12-20 on the year, 7 back of the White Sox, minus 2 run differential. That might be a solid indicator that they're not this bad. 500 in their last 10. 26 is the Baltimore Orioles, 16-19 on the year, 5.5 back of the Red Sox for first. They've weirdly been great on the road, but bad at home. Minus 13 run differential. 500 in their last 10. Number 25 is the Arizona Diamondbacks, 16-19 on the year, 5 back of the Giants for first. Minus 12 run differential. Solid at home, bad on the road. 3-7 in their last 10. 24 is the Texas Rangers. They are 18-19 on the year, so 1 under 500. So their splits are pretty much even. 3.5 back of Oakland for first, minus 6 run differential. 7-3 in their last 10 there, so they're playing good baseball. Number 23 is the Seattle Mariners. 18-17 on the year, 2.5 back of Oakland. Minus 15 run differential. That's an indicator that this might be a mirage. Losers of 2 in a row. 5-5 in their last 10. Number 22 is the Kansas City Royals. They've fallen apart after the good start. 16-17 on the year, 3.5 back of the White Sox for first. Bad at home, okay on the road. Minus 31 run differential is not good. Losers of 8 straight, 1-9 in the last 10. So this team obviously is not good. 21 is the Los Angeles Angels. Last place in the division, 4 back of Oakland, 16-18 on the year, minus 26 run differential. Pretty much even at home and road splits. Winners of back-to-back games, 4-6 in their last 10. Number 20 is the Washington Nationals, last place, tied for last in the National League East. 13-17 on the year. They haven't played that many games because of their COVID pause earlier in the year. 500 at home, 5-9 on the road, minus 17 run differential. That's not a good sign. Losers of back-to-back games, 5-5 in their last 10. 19 is the Toronto Blue Jays. 17-16 on the year, 3.5 back of the Red Sox for first. Really good at home, mediocre on the road, plus 25 run differential. That's a good indicator. 6-4 in their last 10. Number 18 is the Miami Marlins. They are 15-19 on the year, 3.5 back of first place. Plus 17 run differential. That's a good indicator that this team might actually be decent. 4-6 in their last 10, losers of 3 in a row. Number 17 is the Atlanta Braves. They're 500 on the year at 17-17, a game and a half back of the Mets. Home and road splits just about even, 1 over at home, 1 under on the road. Minus 12 run differential. That's not a good sign. I think that could potentially flip for Atlanta. 500 in their last 10, winners of back-to-back. 16 is the Philadelphia Phillies. They are 1 back of the Mets for first, 18-17 on the year. Dominant, 13-6 at home, terrible on the road. Minus 8 run differential, so I don't think they're really that good. Losers of back-to-back games, 6-4 in their last 10. Number 15 is the Chicago Cubs. 17-17 on the year, 3.5 back of the Cardinals. Really good at Wrigley, bad on the road, minus 5 run differential. That could potentially flip. 7-3 in their last 10 games, so the Cubs have seemed like they've turned the corner. Number 14 is the Houston Astros. They are 18 and 17 on the year, 2.5 back of Oakland. Home and road splits about the same. Plus 32 run differential. That was because of their great starts of the season that they had. 500 in their last 10 games. Number 13 is the Tampa Bay Rays. 19 and 17 on the year, 3 back of the Red Sox. Weirdly better on the road than at home. Plus 1 run differential is not good for Tampa. 6 and 4 in their last 7. Or last 10, my bad. 12, the Cincinnati Reds. They are 500, 16 and 16 on the year, 3.5 back of the Cardinals for first. Really good in their home ballpark, bad on the road, plus 9 run differential. That's a good sign. 6 and 4 in their last 10. 11's Milwaukee, the Brewers, 19 and 16 on the year, 2 back of the Cardinals. 500 at home, 3 over on the road. -6 run differential is not great. 4 and 6 in their last 10. That's because they've had a little rough stretch. They did lose 5 straight at one point. Number 10 is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Boy, have they fallen. 18 and 17 on the year, 3 back of the Giants. Solid at home, really bad on the road. Plus 32 run differential, which is the best in the National League. So that's a good indicator. 2 and 8 in their last 10, which is really bad for that team. Number 9 is the New York Mets. 16 and 13 on the year. They're really good at Citi Field. And it's funny because they used to be really bad at Citi Field, and people used to criticize the Mets for being so poor in their home ballpark. But they're playing well at Citi this year, and they're bad on the road, 7 and 9. -3 run differential is not great. Winners of 5 straight, 7 and 3 in their last 10. But there's more issues with the Mets, including the injury to Jacob deGrom. Number 8 is the New York Yankees, 18 and 16 on the year, 3 back of the Red Sox. Solid at home, mediocre on the road, plus 13 run differential. That's a good sign. That was a good indicator of a turnaround. Back-to-back wins for the Yanks. They're 7 and 3 in their last 10. And they did have the 5-game winning streak snapped against the Astros on Thursday. Number 7 is the San Diego Padres. 19 and 16 on the year, 2 back of the Giants for first. Weirdly not good at home, but solid on the road so far. Plus 19 run differential, 6 and 4 in their last 10. Number 6 is the Cleveland Indians. They're playing good ball. 18 and 14 on the year, 1 back of the White Sox. Home and road splits are pretty good. Plus 15 run differentials was a good indicator. 7 and 3 in their last 10. They're playing good ball. Since they lost that series to the Yankees, they've been playing a lot better. Number 5 is the San Francisco Giants. First place in the National League West, amazingly enough, at 21 and 14. 13 and 4 at home, which is crazy. 8 and 10 on the road. Plus 29 run differential. 500 in their last 10. Number 4, the Oakland Athletics. Also first place, except in the ALS, 21 and 15 on the year. They've been road warriors. They've been road warriors under Bob Melvin for some reason. 2 over 500 at home. -10 run differential. That's not good. That's only because they got off to that, 3 and 7. They were worse than that. Weren't they 1 and 8 or something like that to start the year? That's why their run differential is so low. That'll flip. 500 in their last 10. The Cardinals are number 3. They're in first in the National League Central at 21 and 14. Home and road splits are similar. Plus 23 run differential. 3 straight wins and 8 and 2 in their last 10. They're playing great. Number 2 is the Chicago White Sox. 19 and 13 on the year. First place in the AL Central. Home and road about even. Plus 53 run differential. The best in the majors. 3 straight wins and 7 and 3 in their last 10. After a slow start to the season. And number 1, with the best record in baseball at the time, being first place in the American League East, the Boston Red Sox. They are 1 over 500 at home. They've been better on the road than Fenway, which is weird because you would think that they would just dominate Fenway and be mediocre on the road, but it's the other way around. Plus 33 run differential, 6 and 4 in their last 10. So they've kind of fallen back a little bit after the good start. I think that eventually them and the Yankees will flip spots in the standings, or the Red Sox might end up being in third, I'd say, or maybe even fourth, depending on what happens with Toronto and with injuries and whatnot by the All-Star break. All right, now we'll move on to news and notes. I think the most important thing that happened last night was that Russell Westbrook broke the record for most career triple-doubles. We talked about it when we were talking about the Wizards earlier. So congratulations to Russell Westbrook. 182 career triple-doubles, which is outstanding. He got congratulation notes from the guy he passed, Oscar Robertson, Magic, LeBron, among others. So there's this kind of rift going on between Bradley Beal and the Warriors. Kent Bazemore of Golden State took a jab at Bradley Beal. He said about Stephen Curry, 49 points in 29 minutes. That's unreal. We got guys hurting hamstrings to keep up. So that's clearly a shot at Bradley Beal. And Beal responded. And he goes, "You a straight lame. That's what yo type do." So he took a shot at Kent Bazemore. So there's some trash talking going on. So we'll see how that all plays out. Sad NBA news. NBA referee Tony Brown won't officiate the rest of the season after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Thoughts and prayers to Tony Brown, his family, and hopefully he beats this. Exciting news in Major League Baseball. The Seattle Mariners are calling up Jarrett Kalenick on Thursday. That is exciting news. This was way overdue. He hasn't even played a game for the Mariners yet, and they already won that trade against the Mets. Because where's Robinson Cano right now? Suspended. And Edwin Diaz can't be trusted in a big game in a big spot, as we know. And they should have lost to the Phillies that one night where they had to overturn that home run. So this is a slam dunk, and this guy's going to be a mega, mega superstar, and it's going to haunt the Mets and their fans forever. Jack Eichel angry with the Sabres, of course. The Buffalo Star says that there's been a disconnect between him and the team since the injury, and he says he's been a bit upset. Of course. This guy obviously wants out. He's the next big name in the NHL that's going to be traded. I think the New York Rangers are going to be in play for him. I think that a bunch of other teams, Chicago, I think he wants to go to a big market team. Maybe even if the Red Wings want to, speed the process, they could have the assets to do it too, but I doubt he'd want to go to another rebuilding situation in Detroit. The Packers offered Aaron Rodgers a long-term deal, and who knows what's going to happen. The Colts signed Eric Fisher, 1 year, $9.4 million, so that obviously shores up their offensive line. And Fisher is somebody that has never lived up to number one overall pick status. He was always looked upon as a bust because he was a tackle that wasn't all-pro every year. But the reality with Eric Fisher is that he was a late bloomer. Angel McCoughtry torn ACL for the Las Vegas Aces during an exhibition game against the Sparks. And the return timetable unknown. So that's a big loss for the Aces. The Jacksonville Jaguars signed Tim Tebow, 1 year deal as a tight end. There's been speculation about this for a little bit now, and it finally came into fruition. Ryan Lindgren, 3-year extension. 3 years, $9 million with the Rangers. Solid contract extension. Lindgren's a good player. Really has emerged as the settled in as a guy for the Rangers long term. I talked about it earlier. Jacob deGrom heading to the 10-day injured list with right side tightness, although they found no concerning issues in the MRI. I think they're being safe than sorry. He might miss a couple starts just because they can have that open roster spot. Deandre Hunter came back for the Atlanta Hawks last night after a 24-game absence against the Wizards. Jaylen Brown out for the season with a ligament tear in his wrist. That's a huge loss for the Boston Celtics. Whether he was healthy or not, they weren't going anywhere this year. They're not a contender. They've been the biggest underachiever in the league this year, them in Miami. And he could just get ready for next year. And what the Boston Celtics do this offseason is going to be very interesting because of the fact that they just underachieved. And the team that they currently have right now isn't winning anything. Bradley Beal to miss another game due to his hamstring strain, and will be reevaluated on Friday. And LeBron is targeting tonight for his return against the Knicks. I think he will be back tonight, although Wednesday remains a possibility as well. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's some good ones on the board for sure. And a game in the NBA stood out to me. And I'm going to take Denver -5.5 against Charlotte. Jokic is continuing his MVP torrid tear. Michael Porter Jr. has been great. So I'm going to lay a unit on the Denver Nuggets against the Charlotte Hornets. We're missing Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges. All right, so there you have it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything from the NBA, the NHL, to Major League Baseball, and looking ahead to tomorrow's games in each sport. I'll do my NBA power rankings tomorrow, news and notes, and I'll preview tomorrow night's episode of The Masked Singer. I hope you guys have a great day, everybody.